Now let us try to solve this problem. So if z is an even integer, which of the following must be an odd integer? A 3, 3z, B 3z minus 1, C 2z, and D 2z minus 2. Alright, so the answer for this problem is B 3z minus 1. So how do we get this answer? So let us analyze the problem. So if z is an even integer, we're going to have the z first. So I'll just copy it. And then and is z is an even integer. So how do we write an even integer in an equation or in a mathematical expression? So even number can be written as 2m. So why 2m? Because any number, if you times it with 2, you will get an even number. Like for example, an let's say 3. 3 is an odd number, but if you multiply it with 2, it becomes an even, which is 6. So any number that you multiply by 2, it becomes an even. So even an even number itself, if you multiply it by 2, it will still be even. So you are sure that this 2m is always an even integer. All right, now so it says that which of the following must be an odd integer. So how do we write an odd integer? So but before that, let's put first the 2m in the equation. So z is actually an even integer, so z is a 2m. So how do we express now an odd integer? So odd is just simply even plus 1. So an even number, if you add 1 or you subtract 1, it's the same. Um, it's an odd number. So like for example, you have an even number 8. So if you add 1, which is 9, that's an odd number. Or if you subtract 1, or meaning add negative 1, it's the same thing. With 8, it becomes 7. So which is an odd number. So you're always sure that an even number plus 1 or a minus 1 is an odd integer. So how do we write even? Even is a 2m, so we can express odd as a 2m plus 1. But you can replace m with any letter. You can use x, y, or z, and but usually in the field of math, when it comes to this kind of problem, a number problem, we use m or n for expressing even or odd integer. So all right, so we're gonna have first the letter a, which is 3z. So we're gonna replace z with 2m. So let us replace it. And so we can write it as 3 times 2m. So 3 times 2m is equal to 6m, which is 3 times 2 is 6. And is 6m an even or odd number? So we don't know yet. We can change its form first. 6 can be written as 2 times 3. So that's why we can have 2 times 3m. So 2 times 3m or 2 times any number is, as I said, is an even number. So a3z, which is an even number, is not possible as an answer. So now let us skip the b first because we know that b is the answer. So let's have the c, which is 2z. So 2z basically is an even number because it says 2 times z. So as I mentioned, 2 times any number. So whatever number which is an integer with z, it will also become an even number. So C is not an answer. So we're gonna try the D. So D is 2z minus 2. So let us check if z equals 2m becomes this becomes an odd. So let us replace the z with 2m. All right. So then we're gonna simplify this. So we have 2 times 2m. So that's 4m. So it's 4m minus 2. So is it an odd or an even? We don't know yet until we change its form into 2 times something or 2 times something plus 1. So we're going to factor this out. So let us factor first the 4 into 2 times 2 so that it's easier for us to factor it out. So 4 is just the same as 2 times 2. The reason why I do that so that we can take out the 2. We take out the 2, so what's left is only 2m and 1, because 4 divided by 2 is 2 and 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then we put a parenthesis since we are factoring it out. So now, since it's 2 times a number, whatever number is 2m minus 1, so it doesn't matter. It's always giving you an even number because it's 2 times something. So that's why the 2z minus 2, if z is an even integer, is always an even number. Let's go to the answer. Why is it odd? So let us put now the answer, which is 3z minus 1, and then replace the z with 2m. So let us insert the 2m into z, and let's simplify this. So 3 times 2m, or 3 times 2 is 6, so it becomes 6m minus 1. And then we can simplify this further. So we have 2 times 3, which is the same as 6, so I just separate the 2 and 3 from the 6. So the reason is for you to see it that it is an odd integer. So we can write 2 times 3 times m as 2 times 3m. And also the minus 1, you can write it as plus negative 1. So observe that this 2m plus 1 and this are in similar form. It's 2 times a number, which is the 3m, it's even, and then plus negative 1 or plus 1 is either 1 or negative 1, doesn't matter. It becomes an odd number. So that means if z is an even integer, then the 3z minus 1 is an odd number. So I hope you have learned something in this video, and please subscribe to my channel if you think you have learned something.